So you ready to have that conversation?
What conversation? About kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to.
If it's bothering you, you gotta say something. I don't understand what bothers you about it.
I do not want any more kids.
Okay, and he knows that.
But there's a difference between knowing and acting upon. Do you understand what I mean?
No. I'm saying you've shared with him that you don't want any more kids.
Correct.
And he said he's fine with that. So why are you?
Well, when you go posting pictures of little babies, or a man and a woman holding hands with a little baby, or a man kissing a woman's stomach with a baby,
so you feel like he's like having a desire of wanting a family.
Correct. Even though he's saying, no, I know you don't want any kids, and I'm fine with that, you're still showing some type of desire for a kid, a child. And being young.
What if you change your mind?
I'm not.
What if?
There is no what if.
I mean, I get that your kids are all, approaching adulthood. But if you start a life with somebody and you're able to have children and he's able to have children 5 years from now, maybe you will.
It would have to be like I'm married.
Really?
Really. I'm serious. I mean, I had my two at a very young age, and so at that, I was 23, and so I was a baby having babies. So I didn't travel. I couldn't just up and go and do what I really wanted to do or anything like that, because I went from going off to college to a wife and then a mother, a matter of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so now that my children are up age, that I can just up and get up and say, hey, lock the door, I'll be back, or get up and go out of town, and I don't have to ask somebody.
But you're at a different point in your life too, where financially you could have the support that you needed to continue.
I love holding babies, but I love giving them back to their mamas. I just don't want to have any kids, and being for me, at the age of 40, and I know there are women that have babies at the age of 50 and 55. I mean, my mother had me at 35, so my mother had me at a older age, in a sense.
In life crazy? Here I am wanting and desiring children. I'm serious. I'm
about to say something like that.
I'm just being honest. I'm 43 years old, wanting to be a mother. You are a mother, and in a new love, getting ready to start a new chapter, and you can make up in your mind that you don't want to have kids. Mm-hmm. And then you're telling me about age.
You make me feel like or sound like I'm horrible.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. That's a decision, and that's what I love about womanhood. Like, you have the right to make that decision. I'm just saying how life is, the cards that you're dealt. But I'm saying, but what I want you to realize, I'm not saying that I disagree with you not wanting to have kids. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be honest and that you should be upfront about not having kids, so he can know before he gets here. Listen, that's not something I'm interested in. I'm saying never say never. I'm saying...
Well, how about ever? Listen, after realizing and seeing us going through COVID, mm-hmm. and the kids being home, if I had younger kids at my age now, my patience is thin. Mm-hmm. And what we learn, 1 + 1 = 2. They learn that 1 + 1 = 2 × 5 × 6 × 8 × 15 at the age of 2.
You're talking about the dedication of the
yes, like I was okay.
education and all
Yes,
that stuff.
I was okay with, and I know I have to be there to help. When they're especially a young age when it comes to schooling and everything. I don't have to do that with my girls unless they come and say, "Mama, I got a question. I need help with this." But I don't. They are efficient enough. They know they got to come home and do their homework. Of course, I have to check back on them and everything like that. But this time being at home with them, basically homeschooling in a sense, I don't know if I would have. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have survived because we're gonna do what we got to do. But that just was an eye opener. Like, man, like if I had younger kids, oh my God. And so
when you told him before though that you didn't want kids, what was his thing?
Oh, I have 2 daughters.
Him being accepting of Amara and Amani.
Right. And I don't. We don't have to have a family. We don't have to. I mean, we don't have to have kids. And I've said it, a few times. However, when you post things to me, and it could be wrong, but when you post things that show it to me, that shows a like or sometimes a want.
So because you have made a personal decision that you don't want any children, you feel like he shouldn't post about family stuff? Or you just feel like it's a desire that he's not being honest with himself about?
It's a desire that he's not being honest with himself about. It'd be cute if you posted a cute baby picture. But when you start posting a man and a woman holding hands,
you're making a lot of assumptions.
This is what I see. This is my reality right now.
Why are you looking like that?
I don't know. But this is my reality right now. I at this moment in my life, I do not want any more children. I want you to have kids though, because I want you to experience motherhood. I truly want you to experience motherhood from conception until they turn 18 or to the day they die, because they are going to always be their mother. And I want you to experience that. So I don't want you to think I downplay the fact of our age or anything like that, because technology, I mean, you have babies. However,
55
is what I'm just saying. Really? I'm just saying that me being starting.
So is it a deal breaker?
It is. Me starting out as a young mother, and now my kids are almost out of the home and starting all over again, because that's what it would be. All over again. It's not something that I truly want to do. I don't want to go. I do not want to go through the pregnancy, even the weight that I gained. And we had that conversation. Even though it was like, whoa, you got that much weight. That was emotionally a hard thing for me to deal with, going from a 125 to 190 within a 2.5 year time span, even having to, go through the reduction of breast surgery and everything like that, because I was not comfortable in that body. I don't want to go through that mental state anymore.
As long as you're honest, and you just kind of, I don't know. It's just like I said, it's one of those conversations. Even though he's saying that he understands, you have to be comfortable, but you can't second guess that he is really understanding the fact that it's off the table. If he says that's not an issue for me, you can't make it an issue.
Well, I don't make it an issue, but I'm not gonna sit here and not read the telltale signs either. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's posting the baby as a.
You're talking about posts. This is literally what you're having a conversation about.
Yeah, but it's not just a post. It's comments of the post, or googly eyes of the post, or.
So he might be going through something within himself that affects, and it may not even be about the quote unquote baby. It may be about the whole family opportunity.
Well, then listen. You got 2 teenagers, so you need to have a man and a woman and 2 teenagers.
I had a post.
I'm Listen, I'm just saying, I am not going to. That's just like if somebody posts something out there and we don't look at
So I
those
have a
signs.
question. If you had the opportunity to date somebody with a little baby, what would you do?
I have no other. If I had the opportunity to date somebody with a little baby, and I wouldn't have no other choice. If I really liked them, I wouldn't have no other choice but to accept
But you just
that
told
baby.
me.
No, I don't want to have children. There's a difference.
Okay.
I do not want to bear the child. I don't want to go through that.
So it's about the pregnancy.
It's about the right. I don't want to go through that process. I just don't.
But it's also about homework.
It's about homework too. I just don't want. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through the pregnancy process and
the responsibility.
Right. And for me, if the male has a child or a young child, that's not a deal. That's not a deal breaker for me, because at the end of the day, they gonna end up going back home to their mama.
So you think, what if something happens to the
mother?
But
if something happens to the mother and I love that person, I have no other choice but to accept that for what it is. Right. I can't, I'm not, if I love them, I'm not going to just abandon them because, oh my God, they have a child and then the mom deceased and he got to take care of the child. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I want whoever to know I do not want to bear children. I have two. I'm fine with the two. They're almost out of the home and I don't want to start over. However, if they have a child, and the child has to come and stay with us, I would treat the child as I would just have to deal with it and go through that learning process all over again, point blank period. But I just don't, and I don't ever want resentment, even though right now it's like, yeah.
You don't want him down the road saying, I never had the opportunity to become someone's father.
Correct.
You took that from me.
And you took that from me.
Y'all definitely need to talk.
I mean, I've had that conversation. I need to go in more depth.
If you're questioning it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I get it. I need to have that conversation because I want him to know up front and center.
You're a bit selfish, if you ask me.